there we are, the unknown is slowly uncovering what kind of path we're gonna go after Straw Hat distraction. It's gonna be Luffy's journey again. Maybe he's gonna get a new crew, maybe he's gonna do something else. It is unknown, it awaits me. You probably know, if you're not, happy to have you. And then we get in power level section for the first time after so long, because there was no power levels in Shabondi. We're gonna go Pacifista, and as a bonus, Eustass, Captain Kid will be full strength revealed. Stay tuned. Enjoy! Episode 408, I'm back at full strength. Let's see what's gonna happen. It is unknown completely. I have no idea which direction we're gonna go. Let's find out. Where he's going? What is happening now? What they are planning to do? Because we have no more Straw Hats here. Why they going? Where are they going for? What they going? What they gonna do? Haha! Satisfying look. So you just need to lower the voice a little bit. Oh, perfect, actually, perfect view for lowering the voice. So she's the only one active. Yeah, based off what she did, I'm not happy about the outcome, how she looks. She lost consciousness, but she is all alright. I don't like it. So they're waiting for Luffy taking off with this ship. Oh, so they're guarding the ship. Okay. Guard it until the coating craftsman arrives. So we're basically getting all other stuff when they still don't know what is up. And what about Rayleigh? Because he was the only one remaining surrounded basically by all these navy monsters. Or even Monkey Giant group stand a chance strength-wise. Little by little, the tide of the times is beginning to change. To what? After being ejected from Shabondi by Partner Kuma. Okay. Alright, so we're getting Luffy. So he's like strained that he cannot move, I guess, with Kuma's powers. Yeah, he's still on the breakdown. Can send a person flying through the sky for 3 days and nights. Yeah. I'm dead if I fall into the ocean. True? Yeah, for now you can't do anything. Let's see what awaits you, I guess. So, there is a confirmation that they're gonna be alive. Oh! They even covered the landing, the Kuma's power. So it's like really he was, letting them to escape because, okay, they travel throughout the 3 days and the nights, but no harm has been done really from Kuma, except they separated. So, what now? You have food, by the way, behind you. What? Oh, this pointing to this Rayleigh guy, if he's still alive, because if he got captured, it's not gonna be any worth, but we're gonna find out soon, I guess, because if he's captured, it's gonna be revealed, isn't it? Rayleigh, yeah. Yeah, he's running towards Rayleigh, okay. He was traveling for 3 days, so his wounds technically supposed to be, smaller, let's say? And also, if he traveled 3 days, that means the whole situation in Shabondi is over, right? Nobody there anymore, so I'm assuming the fights with Rayleigh come to an end as well. So we're getting from Luffy's perspective the journey. Alright. Go up! Haha, somebody's realized. No! Grandpa would throw me into the jungle. Yeah! I think you should focus on coming back to Shabondi, I guess. Regaining the crew. It's not like they're gonna face Admiral anytime soon. Laughing mushrooms. Really? He recognized the mushrooms. He has some knowledge though. Trying to fix his mood though. Who's that? Wacky song. Not sure it's a good for the situation being, but that's what we got. Luffy. Looks like... Yeah, mushrooms gets better of him. Damn, she's tall. Some kind of village which worship snakes, I guess. Wash her off. Why they calling Luffy as she? Or they bring him to the women's bath? Or alright. That's so weird. Alright, they should realize now that he's a man. Mushroom! Oddly shaped. Sack mushroom. Are you serious gonna give me that shot now? No way they pulling it off. Oh god, it's good it's Luffy. At least the devil fruit will protect him from dumb people. What is happening with that village? I know if some kind of village are out of society, they are weird. No, the old one. But why they cannot recognize him as a man? And some oddly thing is, actually there's no men on that village. Are they on a hunt or something? Weird. Somewhat knowledgeable or not? At least one of them is capable of understanding stuff. It's so weird. Why is she so terrified? What is happening here? Are this village banned from having males? And why are we getting all of the shots of all of them? I've never seen one before. Are you serious? Here sits the maiden island of Amazon Lily, inhabited to the tribe of female warriors known as the Kuja. May you never dream of it or step foot on it. Oh, okay. Kind of understanding the situation now. Okay, alright, so we're getting basically some light stories just to lighten the mood, I imagine. That we're gonna get one more video and then lighten up stuff when Luffy get to his sense when he recover. I'm assuming this is his recovery session, recovery episodes. Because even though he got discovered as a man, which is weird for me, that such a islands or cities, I was thinking it's a city, looks like it's an island, exists. Yeah, so let him recover and we can do on the side the power level section. Yeah, it sounds decent, yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we're gonna have a major reveals in the power level section. But so for now, let's go to another episode. Episode 409. Inside this is a fortress-like village. Fortress. Alright. And the girls are warriors here. Very interesting. Some of them are really strong and big. So you have all variations of women here, I see. There's no place for greedy foolish men at all. Very interesting. It's like religion, no men allowed. The strong are beautiful, very interesting. Should a man ever approach this gradual eradication is all that awaits him. Very interesting. Prison. Well, they put Luffy to prison. Not gonna last long there. Where is the Rayleigh Weaver card though? And his hat is missing, so I'm worried that the Weaver card might be thrown away, and that's gonna be a bummer, isn't it? Okay, he still can stay calm. Okay. So he's not worried about him being naked. He just worried about the hat. Where is he having the Weaver card? I hope it is within the hat. I just don't realize that he was naked. Between your legs. Are you bloody serious? What a weirdo. Balls. That's so silly. Same design, yeah. Sexy flowers. They are so dumb. Little mushroom and collapse. Just don't shoot me. Woman Empire of Amazon Lily. Very interesting. Men are forbidden. So weird. They're calling themselves Empire and they are lacking in the knowledge. So what you gonna do, Luffy? I'm sure he can get out from the cage pretty easily. However, mediation? Maybe try to talk? What a weird country. Yeah, he's still calm. They shooting. Pretty tough shot, actually. Quite dangerous, I would say. Everybody missed the gate, the entrance. Yeah, that's what I said. Easily go through the roof or through the wall. What is with these arrows? Quite dangerous. Holy moly, what is this technique? The Luffy is still calm. Yeah, what to do? What to do? He's just using his devil fruit quite efficiently right now. Efficiency is the key, Luffy. So he making himself an enemy to the whole woman empire, yeah? It's quite a lot of them. Yeah? Where is it? In the pants. Yeah, because she was doing the clothing. Wow. Yeah, she's scared. He scared her big time now. That's it. He threw her away. You're right. I was ready to die. This looks like a very, isolated kingdom, or empire, if you want to call it. He got it back. That's good. Okay. He got what he needed. Don't need to stay here. I've been thanking you non-stop. Family jokes! Holy shit! Yeah, they are dumb. Do you know what the pirates? Very good question. Luffy already treat them as dummies, and that's what we're supposed to do. The most elite warriors of this land ride abroad her pirate ships. Okay, whatever. Let's see how tough the toughest women from the isolated country might be. There has to be a limitation of their strength because it's a pretty isolated country. Snake Princess. Most beautiful woman in the world. Pirate Empress. Alright. Pirate Empress? Pirate Empress. I've heard that somewhere. There's a ship. Probably for a grab. We're getting kind of what is happening. The slow pace, recovering. Luffy is definitely recovering in this kind of island for sure. No big threat, at least so far. The Pirate Empress, I've heard it somewhere, so it might be a big one. I don't know. However, Luffy is a tough one anyway. I'm really curious what is that meeting can give if Luffy actually gonna meet her, because Luffy's agenda is completely different. Probably get a ship because it's an island, and then simply sail to, most likely, Shabondi again to meet with their friends, and hopefully, just hopefully, the others do the same. Okay, so we know what's gonna happen. We're facing the Luffy's direction, so maybe we're gonna know something about the others. That's a melody for the future, maybe not. And yeah, let's focus now for the power level sections. Yeah. Welcome to the power level section. After so long, we finally started it again. Literally the whole Shabondi arc went past through. It was very fast-pacing arc. Unbelievable. It was no option to do any power levels, especially when those clones of Kuma Pacifista, I know now, we just Google it. I had to justify this one first to go to another characters. Finally, I am able to do it. So let's go. We're gonna start it from the very brief Sky Riders because it was long time ago. We need to justify it, but that's gonna be like on the side. Then we're gonna go to the main three characters, which is Duval. Yes, I want to do it as well because, just to close that section. And then we're gonna go to the Pacifista, ladies and gents. Yes. And finally, after Pacifista, I'm gonna justify Eustass Captain Kid's strength because this is possible now. So let's dive in. But before that, I just want to remind you quickly about the rules what we're having here. So basically we're having a 3 rules which we judging all of our characters' strength, which first of all is if a character can win with another character within one punch, that means the character is twice stronger. If the character can win a fight without fighting seriously, one punch or not, it is 10 times stronger. And if the character can win with a one punch, and at the same time not fighting seriously, he's 20 times stronger. In case when we cannot apply any of the rules but the fight is concluded, the winner's minimum strength is gonna be either maximum, minimum or average strength of the guy who loses the fight. It all depends how much wounded is the winner. Let's go back to video now. So yeah, flying riders, quickly, briefly, below here, why not? Minimum strength, it's gonna be 20. I'm putting 20 straight away. It is the average pirate captain because they were so confident when they were attacking Luffy's crew that they were even upset that Duval called them back. Also, their maximum strength I'm gonna put because their weaponry is so unique. They have bombs, they have, you know, big anchors, literally everything, the variety of arsenal, and yeah, I cannot really ignore it, to be honest, because that's way better equipment than average pilot, because I was thinking they are average pilot, but they definitely not. So the whole variety of weaponry, it's giving them such a extent of strength that I'm gonna give them the minimum strength of the weapon itself, Mr. 5. I know it's a lot, but I think they kind of deserve it because even the fishmen, you know, were afraid of it. They were calling flying raiders to help. So maximum strength is gonna be 106, Mr. 5 strength, and average gives 63. Pretty easy is the art. You know, you're gonna see who's above them. Alright, so that will be it for now in case of Sky Riders. Let's go to the main character. Starting off with Duval. Yes, their captain, I don't know, they are bounty hunters, so I don't know who is on top of them, their leader, let's call it. Yes, Duval, the guy. So obviously as a leader, as their captain or whatever, the minimum strength is gonna be the average strength of the whole group, which is 63. And that's it, that's gonna be his minimum strength. In case of his maximum strength, ladies and gents, it's gonna be fairly easy. His attempt with Sanji, he was using pretty same attack what he was using to this CP7 once a guy, this Cook CP7 in the sea train when they were going to Enies Lobby. Pretty same attack, Duval went out big time. So I'm just gonna treat that as a Sanji serious attack. However, I'm gonna treat here Sanji still before the power-ups. So Sanji like a East Blue Sanji with 510 strength, because that is the similar strength which I was dealing with when he was dealing with the ones. That's exactly similar attack. So Sanji East Blue can easily beat down Duval with a 1 patch, which means his maximum strength is gonna be 255, and that gives average strength of 159, and that's gonna be case closed, ladies and gents. Now we are getting to the source of the whole trigger, to the core of the mechanism for the whole Shabandi Pacifista. I'm putting there also all PX. I don't know how I supposed to call them, or Kuma's clone, whatever. I'm treating all the PXs as the same strength because they are clones. So there we are. Minimum strength is crazy. I need to go to the biggest extent. Obviously the fight between this Pacifista, I'm gonna call him Pacifista, versus the whole crew of Straw Hats. And the biggest attack what he took Pacifista, I'm saying, is the combo. Is the combo from Luffy, from Zoro, and from Sanji. So, to be exact, Luffy Gear 2 Strength 6000. Yeah? Sanji Double Jumble Strength 5048. And Zoro going not full strength but 3 swords. I already justified before. Zoro 1 sword is 33%, Zoro 2 swords is 50%, Zoro 3 swords is 66% of his strength, and then all out with this bandana on his head or whatever it is on his head. So yeah, let me know in the comment what's that. Yeah, so he is using 66% of his Enies Lobby strength, which is 5099. Calculations, all of that gives you pretty decent score actually, which is 14,413. It's a total combination because I'm adding this up, because this combo as it says, it is a simultaneous attack from 3 people. It's not like one by one, because after that he was taking Chopper's attack, Frankie boxing, Usopp's attack, but that's not at the same time anymore. So this is the deal. That was a brute attack, and guess what? He get up. That means this attack cannot beat Pacifista with a one blow. Obviously it's a serious attack, which means minimum strength of those PXs is 7,207. Minimum strength 7,207. And in case of his maximum strength, it means we need to go and look for attack where this Pacifista was giving, so when he was attacking. And obviously I can go with Luffy, but he couldn't really actually hit Luffy because Luffy were dodging. Luffy did too, obviously, we are talking about. Then we're gonna go to Zoro, but again he couldn't connect. However, there was a scene with Sanji. There was a moment when he grabbed Sanji with his hand. Sanji was already slightly wounded, but that doesn't really matter because his endurance is still there. He's just weakened slightly. And he uses basically with no wrench then the laser attack to Sanji, and I know later on Sanji wasn't completely out. He was still cautious, and then before he threw him away into whenever, I don't know where. So that means he was the direct attack from this Pacifista, serious attack, couldn't beat down Sanji with a one punch. Sanji's strength is 5,048 as mentioned, so times 2. Pacifista is not stronger than 10,096. That's gonna be his maximum strength, and yeah, thanks to that we can tell the average strength and the strength of every other characters slowly, bit by bit. So, Pacifista's average strength, ladies and gents, is gonna be 8,652. Case closed. Finally, because we got the Pacifista, we got all of the PXs, I've chosen to go with Eustass, Captain Kidd, whose bounty is higher than Luffy. So 315 million berry bounty, Eustass, Captain Kidd, full justification strength, Shabon the Archipelago, let's go! Minimum strength. So obviously we go into his fight with Pacifista because that's the only relationship with let's start with minimum strength. So Pacifista was attacking Kidd several times with his lasers, yes, and most of the time what I witnessed when he was covering his fist with this magnetic ball iron, he was able to counter it, which means he is at the very least twice weaker than Pacifista. That's gonna be his minimum strength, so because that attack couldn't take him down, and that gives already 4,326, because obviously I'm taking his average strength of this Pacifista, so that's his minimum strength. And maximum strength, it is really tough actually to justify, because the attacks what Kidd actually was giving to Pacifista obviously was I would even say very effective, because twice he made him on the ground down, however he get up, which I would say he's no stronger than twice as much. That's gonna be 16,000 something, but that's gonna be hell lot wide range. So what I instead to try to slightly risk it, still going within the rules, we're gonna go 1v1 Eustass, Captain Kidd and Pacifista. Obviously I'm rooting for Pacifista at this point, because at one point where he was really terrified that Law has to intervene and finish him off. However, because these attacks were so much ineffective, I'm gonna give Kidd's maximum strength of Pacifista, because that would be how much Pacifista would have to go all out to beat Kid. So maximum strength for Pacifista, instead of 16,000, I'm gonna lower it down to 10,096 maximum strength of Pacifista. And that gives average strength of Eustass Captain Kid, ladies and gents, as 7,211. Case closed. I think Pacifista is still slightly above him, otherwise Law wouldn't have to intervene, so he needs to be below Pacifista, and that's exactly it. Pacifista 8,600 and Kid 7,200. The difference is enough for Law to intervene, in my humble opinion. So let's go to the ranking and let's see how they are placed. So starting from the Sky Riders, actually they are in position 126 with a strength of 63, and that is exactly the same as the strongest warrior within Alabasta. How clever is that? How, I don't know how this is even possible for such a big country and yet such weak defenses. If not Crocodile, who would be up there, Alabasta was literally defenseless. And now when Crocodile is actually gone because it was beaten down, I'm really worried about what's gonna happen to that country. Next character is Duval, and his strength is really telling. He was able to deal with Peterman off screen, so Peterman wasn't a big deal, so it's not even gonna be involved. Maybe if you want, maybe next episode I'm gonna do it like on the side, like Sky Riders, the Peterman, but it's not gonna be because Duval took him off screen. Anyway, let's go back to Duval. 108th placement. He is above Kurobi, so literally his strength is comparable to Arlong officer rank. And surprisingly, Helmeppo after power jump 148, Duval 159. I really would like to see their comparison, their fight between them, because it's really tough to predict in this point, I do believe. He is below the Yasop, but Yasop is unjustified character and it's gonna be for very long. That's my suspicion, because you know Shanks is not even, I'm not even hearing anything on Shanks, and if we're gonna hear about Shanks, it's gonna be about Shanks, not his crewmates, sadly. So yeah, he's gonna stay there for a long time. Hopefully I'm wrong. Anyway, he is also below the Cyanide Gunfall, so the previous god of the Skypia. Yeah, so that will be for the Duval strength, and let's go to the heavy hitters. So, first heavy hitter is Eustass Captain Kid with a strength of 7,211, placement of position number 14. And the very first thing which getting into my mind, he is above Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2. Probably with his speed, he's lacking by a lot, so the outcome of that might really vary, actually. However, if in case of the strength, as I said, his punch is probably around Gear 3 Luffy, because that was a comparison even within an anime in the one shoot when they was going, so he was going his fist, Luffy go Gear 3, and that makes the same effect. And in fact, maximum strength of Kid is actually Gear 3 Luffy strength. If you're gonna see 10,096, Gear 3 Luffy is 10,000. So yeah, he is below Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2, above the Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2, but below Monkey D. Luffy Gear 3. So the fight between those two is like imagination. I'm leaving to your imagination that fight. Anyway, he is above Garp. He is, you know, the character who always, wants to mess up with me. How many times I adjust his strength and not yet is fully justified. So yeah, Garp, we need to wait for many more. He's showing off somewhere, every now and then, but, he's not showing too much of a fight, sadly. And he is below, and this is really telling and interesting stuff, in my opinion. It is below Gecko Moria slightly. I mean slightly, it's probably around 5%, maybe 10%, and just going roughly around 10%, because 10% would be 770 and it's like 500 difference, so maybe like 7% stronger is Gecko, Moria. And you know, I would actually would like to see that fight. It would be pretty interesting. Kid will probably have to go all out and be very cautious, not like one punch win like he did with a Pacifista, because that can end up badly for him, unfortunately. And we know Luffy was also going all out. Probably Shadow Asgardo will not gonna be happening anymore because Moria loses all of his shadows. Maybe he's gonna do it with a way lower amount of shadows. It's very interesting. However, even though his punches, I'm talking about Kid, are as strong as Gear 3 Luffy, he is also below the giants, the pirate giants, which is Dory and Broggy. So, as I said, Dory and Broggy, for me, it's like full Gear 3 mode for Luffy, because their strength, in my opinion, should be more about Gear 3 Luffy, possibly even stronger, because Gear 3 Luffy cannot handle that state for on and on when giants are simply giants. We're gonna see in the future what awaits us. I cannot say much. And then we are getting to another final character, the strongest out of all, Pacifista. He is stronger than Eustass, Captain Kid. He is stronger, the clones, so they are stronger than Monkey D. Luffy Gear 2. They are actually weaker than Monkey D. Luffy Gear 3, and that probably might misguide us, but you know, we know Monkey D. Luffy Gear 3 having a downside if the limitation of how long he can be in that state, which is one punch might be crucial, but if you are stronger than 5000, which one punch is not enough from Monkey Luffy Gear 3, that means he already losing the big advantage Luffy would have fighting those characters in that state. So yeah, and then we got in Oars. Oars actually is, the average strength of Oars is higher than Pacifista maximum strength, and that is the maximum, in my opinion, where Pacifista can go. I do not believe Oars actually can lose by any means. He cannot beat them down with a one punch, but Luffy Zombie, Oars body should be enough to deal with. Obviously, one Pacifista. 1v1, Oars is on top. So yeah, that's all for now. I hope you guys like the justification. My skills probably rusted a little bit within the power scaling, so I hope you not see me too much annoying. And yeah, if you enjoyed, give me a like and subscribe. More power levels coming in because Pacifista is revealed. That means I can go potentially to all Supernova's strength. I just started with one, so stay tuned. First day, it's the next day. First day, I'm trying to do another power level section. So, see you.